Let's visit with one of the most inspirational pilots you'll ever meet on this episode of Taking Off. Hey everyone, Dan Milliken. This episode brought to you by Gold Seal, groundschool.com, and Wingfield Aviation, your go-to aircraft maintenance facility. Well, we got a chance to meet up with one of the most courageous pilots I've ever met, and that's Jessica Cox. We are right next to the runway, planes taking off, planes landing. It's AirVenture. Found this beautiful Ercoupe and the one and only Jessica Cox. Jessica, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Glad to be right here in the prime spot.
Man, you are right here. How did you manage this spot?
I have to thank the team at EAA. I may put an email out to Mark Force, and he was organizing presentations, and I said, this is the first time we've ever had the Ercoupe here. Can we have a special spot to inspire children that they can fly? And that's why it says, believe you can fly on it, to inspire them.
Well, you certainly inspire people. That's probably the one word that comes out so many times. Most people, if they don't know, you of course have no arms, but yet you did not let that stop you from your journey to becoming a pilot. And it's been a long, hard journey. What are some of the biggest obstacles that you faced along the way?
Oh, I don't even know where to start because there were so many. Because it took me about 3 years to get finally my sport pilot certificate, which is the base level of flying, as you know. So for me, it was the logistics of how would the Federal Aviation Administration take to the fact that I wanted to learn, and who would want to teach me, and then of course the logistics of what airplane's going to work for me, and how am I going to handle the controls. So it all started there many years ago, and it was one of the most difficult challenges I'd had to overcome, but definitely worthwhile to be a part of this community and to take to the skies with the freedom and the feeling of being in the air and unlimited.
The Ercoupe, that's the plane you guys chose. Why?
Well, the Ercoupe is the only airplane, actually I take it back, there is one other airplane that I was just informed of yesterday, but is the only airplane in history that I knew at that point that has no rudder pedals. So because the rudders are interconnected with the ailerons, it all goes together, and it allows me to basically have two control flying with my right foot on the yoke, left foot on the throttle, and I have a single foot brake in there, but no rudder pedals.
Wow. Tell me about, I mean, probably the thing that people wonder about the most because of, all the different struggles that people have getting their medical.
Yes.
Tell me about this, what you had to do. I mean, when you started training, did you have to go to the FAA and say, look, I'm going to begin this journey. You guys are going to be with me or against me?
Well, what we did was we had to make sure all our ducks were in order, and we figured out the best route to go, which was the sport pilot certificate, which meant that my driver's license, which I actually got my driver's license as a teenager, like any other teenager, it served as my medical. So I didn't have to get a medical. And that allowed me to continue to train and prove that I could maneuver an airplane safely.
Is the FAA going to work with you for your private?
I wondered, and many people in my community of supporters really wondered how the FAA would respond. And we have some really great encouraging news from people at the top that have said, if you can do what's called a statement of demonstrated ability, then you can prove that you can handle the airplane, and then there shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so now you've got a new project. So the Ercoupe has been great and wonderful for you, but you've got something new coming. Tell us about it.
So that's what this year is all about, is telling the world that we are going to do we're going to design the first ever custom controlled airplane to be flown with feet.
What are you going to base the base model of the plane? What are you building on?
The base model of the plane is going to be an RV-10.
An RV-10?
Yes.
Okay, and so who's going to be building it?
So we are working with a lot of people who are coming up with designs for the prototype of how to modify the controls. And we have communicated with the team over there at Vans, and so that's ongoing.
So Vans is working directly with you guys.
We are working with them and how to make this work. So we're excited, and they're excited, and we'll see where this goes. So.
Okay, you're an inspiration for so many people. You've helped so many people. How can they help you with this project?
Oh, we need tremendous help. As you know, and people in aviation know, it's expensive to fly and it's expensive to build your own plane. And we know how this plane is going to inspire so many more people. We need the help for people to get on board with helping us fundraise for the airplane, which is going to be about $300,000 for this project. So it's a big project. We need that support, and we need, of course, people following us and helping us along the way. So we encourage, if people can help us, we would be very, very grateful for that support.
And where would they find you?
So if you would like to find out more about this amazing project, the foot-controlled airplane, please go to jessicacox.com and reach out to us there, and we will be able to stay in communication. If you have ideas, if you want to help and support, please help us out.
Okay, so now I'm going to give you some top-of-the-mind kind of questions, just the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Describe the feeling you had on your first solo.
Empowerment and freedom.
Okay. Scariest moment in an airplane?
When I experienced my first near miss last year.
Near miss? Tell me about that.
I was in the pattern and a student pilot was coming in on his solo cross country, and he came in about 100 feet below me and was not reporting correctly on the radio and didn't realize where he was. And he's a high wing, I'm a low wing, and it made it very hard to see. It was very scary.
And what you want to accomplish in aviation?
I want to use aviation to inspire the world that disability doesn't mean inability.
Perfect. Jessica, thank you so much for taking time to be with us.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. I get up on the airplane here, open the windows. Take that out of the way. Kick my shoes off.
You have to have special shoes that quickly come off, don't you?
I know. Those are a must. And I have a tow bar in here right now, so I'm going to move that out of the way.
I'm going to go to the other side.
Then I slip on in.
No.
Of course, I have a cover in here right now, but I'll move that out of the way shortly. This is how it is. This tow bar is right in the way. Okay, so, and I use my feet on the controls. Now I push this forward like this. You usually don't have it. And I go like this.
Oh, so that's the cross control
This
that
is
you're
the
talking
cross
about.
control.
So you have to go cross country like this.
Well, I didn't, and that's why it's not practical for me. Why we're working on this new project is because I had to have people help me get this cross country.
Because you had to what?
I get people help me because the most I can usually fly is about an hour and a half.
Oh, I imagine.
And so, you know, we cruise at 90, so that doesn't get you very far in an hour.
Do you have
and a half.
somebody with you and you just switch seats?
I do. We also have the challenge of a max of 1320
Right.
as a light sport.
Right.
So whoever's with me has to be pretty lightweight.
Yeah, yeah.
And we can't carry anything with us. So usually it's one person alternating. But this is how the controls work for me.
Okay. So that's amazing. And do you have an autopilot?
No.
No autopilot?
No. I don't think
Are
they
you
even
going to
knew
put an
what that was.
autopilot in the RV-10?
Yes, that's the plan. Because in the 40s, autopilot did not exist.
That's right.
So this has everything, you know. I mean, we don't even have an artificial horizon on this thing.
Wow.
So that's why it is the most basic of things. But it is flying, so I got to, thanks to this beautiful plane and the design, it allowed me to experience flight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know what other airplane. We'd have to modify another airplane. So this was the best starter plane for me, and worked out so well.
I'm sure you'll keep it even with the RV-10, right?
Yeah, that's the plan, is to eventually...
You've probably been through a lot. Do you have a name for this plane?
Yes, Jessie Cab.
Jessie Cab?
Cab, yeah. Because it looks like a taxi cab.
Oh,
and,
Jessie Cab.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, nice.
Yep.